Today's video is going to be about snow in northern Maine and preparations for the upcoming ice fishing season. Today here at the cabin, I don't know if you know what that is, but this is a pull cord to a snowblower. One of the things about owning a cabin is that you have to be prepared for almost anything. Last trip up here, I was up here for 10 days. I lost a hydraulic hose on the John Deere tractor behind me. You'll probably see it in some of these videos. So I had to replace that hydraulic hose. This trip is a cord to my snowblower. So I'm just going to bring you along for that. You might find it interesting. It's just one of the many chores that you have when you like, a lot of people like to say, I'm living the dream. Well, I am living the dream. But with that dream comes skills and skill sets that before you take on a task like this of owning a cabin, you spend a lot more time doing chores than you do ice fishing or hunting or any of that stuff. I get plenty of time in for that. But it's probably, I'd say, about 50-50. 50% work, 50% play. So that's not a bad ratio. And I thoroughly enjoy every day that I have here at the cabin. So come along with me today and we're going to play with this snowblower. And then later on, I'm going to head down. I put in a new snowmobile trail. I'm going to go down and check that out. Well, good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from northern Maine. Welcome to my cabin this morning. As you can see, there's a fresh coating of snow behind us. We had about 16 inches of snow 2 days ago, so I have been in the snow removal business for most of yesterday to get everything opened up, snowmobile trail, stuff like that, the driveway. And I have two reasons why you should subscribe to this channel. The first one is you've already clicked on one of my thumbnails. So there must be something in this channel that you find interesting in this old boy. The second reason is this channel is all about the lifestyle that I have here at the Rustic Log Cabin Deer Hunting Camp in northern Maine. Everything we do in this channel is about hunting, fishing, snowshoeing, everything there is to do up here in northern Maine. One of the nice things on these newer snowblowers, not that this is a new one, but in the old days you had to take off this whole cover. Now they have it so you just got to take off the actual starting area. Now this thing does start with electric start also, but here at the cabin everything here is off-grid. So in order for me to do that I would have to start the generator and all that, get a cord run out to this building. This building's fully powered. You take this cover off. There's only 3 screws in there. Try not to lose them. And a washer. This is a fairly simple job, believe it or not. Or you could take it to the small engine guy and he'll charge you $20. And from here that would be about 40-mile ride. See, this is a spring. You don't want to take that off. All you want to do is feed your rope in. See this knot's in here waiting for you? You feed your rope in there, put your knot in, and voila, you are in business. Used to be a tooth on this thing here, and you could put a rope around there, but they've done away with that with time. You know, like anything. Okay, now we're going to put the rope in this starter. This is a rope that it's a special rope for these. You have to go to either small engine place, buy it ahead of time, put it on hand at your shop, or like here at the cabin, I have it on hand. But anyways, I've got this at Napa. Probably most Napas would carry it. It's nylon, so you take a match or a lighter, light the end, wet your fingers, pull it out to a point. By doing that, it'll make it a lot easier. Just put it in that hole when the time comes. Now the next step is have yourself a screwdriver, regular screwdriver. What you're going to do now is you're going to turn this to where it'll have a little bit of tension, but you want enough tension to pull that rope all the way in. So you just wind this spring up. Like I said, don't take this screw out. You don't need to. If you do that, there's a big spring in there, and it's almost impossible to get that thing back in. So you keep winding this up. And when you get it to where it's pretty good tension on it, you line it up with the outside hole right here, and this is the inside hole. Take your screwdriver now and just stick it up through there. And now that'll keep it from turning. That'll keep the spring from wanting to turn itself back in. And at this point, you could take your rope, stick it through the hole, pull it in, keep your screwdriver in there. There, see that? Now it's in. So now you put a hole, you put a knot on the end, just like that. Now you can take your screwdriver out. Now look. See that? Pulls that rope right back in. Boom. Got yourself a starter. Alright, so now we need to put this handle on here. Now this has got spring loaded on it. So you gotta keep, you gotta cape right a hold of it so it doesn't get away. I put on 6 feet of rope. When I go to the store, I buy 12 feet. That way, I've got one on hand that I can hang on a nail in my shop. And next time this happens, I am good to go. So you feed that rope through there. Be careful not to lose the other end because it's spring loaded. And tie a knot on this end. And that's it. Okay. All fixed, ready to go back on the machine. As I said earlier in the video, this channel is all about the great outdoors and life here at the off-grid cabin. This is just one of the tasks that you'll need to learn how to do if you're going to go completely off-grid. To me, off-grid means as few outside services as possible, within realistic, I mean, we don't live in the dark ages. And learning how to do stuff like this is just a skill set that will come in handy if you're ever off the grid like this. And so now that we got this finished, I'm going to start it up, do a little bit of snow blowing, and then I've got a snowmobile trail that I've got to go hike out. I see this morning when I was out checking the game cameras that it was right full of deer tracks. So I'm curious to see if they followed the entire snowmobile trail from where they bed. I put in a new snowmobile trail yesterday, a half a mile. I've been wanting to do that for about 10 years now. So I got that blazed in yesterday, bushwhacked my way down through the woods. So now I've got a direct shot right from the cabin, right out onto the lake. And I'll be snowmobiling down the lake roughly about 15 miles. I'll be bringing this fish house with me. It's a two-man fish house. It's the width of the snowmobile, and it trucks right along just like you don't even know it's behind you. And then I have my ice fishing gear behind that. What you're looking at here, that's my snowmobile. It's a 2007 Summit. It's the paddle track. It goes through enormous amounts of snow. Behind that is my two-man fish house. You can see it's not much taller than a set of snowshoes. It's big enough to get in, sit down. You cannot stand up in it, but it trucks right along nicely behind the fish house. Then behind that one, I have a one-man fish house. Roughly the same height and all that, it's only half the length.